Welcome to Court Reporting Services e-learning modules about the digital recording device commonly referred to as a DRD and the related Liberty Court Recorder application. The DRD is a digital audio recording system designed to replace tape decks in the courtroom. The standard system supports recording with up to 8 microphones on separate recording channels. The DRD runs the Liberty Court Recorder application that produces the digital recording. Liberty Court Recorder includes the ability to electronically produce annotations that are time-stamped to the audio. A separate application, the Liberty Court Player application, provides playback facilities for listening and transcription purposes. In this lesson you will receive an introduction to the digital recording device or DRD, and instructions and demonstrations relating to turning on, logging in, and logging out of the DRD. Please note that there are no voiceovers during any application demonstrations or practice sessions. The DRD runs a digital recording and annotation application called Liberty Court Recorder, created by High Criteria. It is designed to replace tape decks in the courtroom. Its features include the ability to record on up to 8 separate recording channels, allowing isolation of any individual channel during playback, confidence monitor the audio during recording, visually monitor the audio through a display of audio recording, provide in-court playback while continuing to record the proceedings, utilize text substitution short forms which can be color-coded, produce time-stamped text annotations, automatically produce a backup recording, burn CDs, electronically attach documents to a recording file. The non-portable or desktop DRD is similar in appearance to a desktop computer. It is composed of the following hardware. The desktop monitor. The monitor is similar to a standard desktop computer monitor. The processor unit. The processor unit processes and saves the audio data. The keyboard and mouse. A keyboard and mouse are attached to the processor. The audio mixer. All microphones are connected to the mixer. The mixer is connected to the processor unit, and it may or may not be located at the workstation with the DRD. A playback speaker. The playback speaker is connected to the audio mixer and is used for in-court playback of the audio. If the mixer is located at your workstation, ensure that each active channel recording level knob, labeled Mic Instrument Gain, is pushed in snugly. The channel recording level knobs were calibrated for the courtroom when the DRD equipment was installed. They should rarely need recalibrating. Be careful not to adjust the knobs when ensuring they are pushed in. Also ensure that channels 1 and 2 have their microphone line level switches, labeled Mic/Line Instrument, in the released position, that is, not depressed. Please note, phantom power switches, labeled Phantom Power, are set appropriate to the types of microphones used for each set of channels, 1 through 4 and 5 through 8. These switches have been set specific to your microphone requirements. Do not change phantom power settings without advice from technical support staff. Turning on the mixer. If the mixer is located at your workstation, turn it on by pressing the On button. It is important to note, if the mixer is not turned on, no audio will be recorded. Ensure that the DRD is turned on. The DRD processor unit should be left on and locked at the end of the court day. That is, the user logs off and does not shut down, but electronically locks the computer in order that automated updates can take place over the network. If it has not been left on by the previous user, turn on the processor unit by pressing the On button. Ensure that the DRD monitor is turned on. Playback speaker or PA system. Ensure that the playback speaker or courtroom PA system is turned on. The courtroom speaker's power button is the center button located on the back of the speaker. Logging into the DRD. You log into the DRD, both the portable and desktop versions, as you would to any ministry computer. Enter your ministry network user ID and password to the login window. Please note, to use any portable DRD at a court site that is not networked, you must have previously logged into that specific portable unit at your home site while it was plugged into the network. Provided that you have logged in once while that specific portable unit was networked, that specific unit will recognize your login and password for your future non-networked logins. Application launch. The DRD should be configured to launch the Liberty Court Recorder application once the Windows program starts. If the application does not launch automatically, on your desktop, double-click on the Liberty Court Recorder icon to launch the application. Follow your local process for obtaining technical support and report the issue in order that the correct configuration can be activated on the DRD. Creating a new file. When the application launches, it automatically creates and names a new file ready to be recorded. If a new file is not created upon launch of Liberty Court Recorder, on the Control or Recording window toolbar, click on the New File icon. Follow your local process for obtaining technical support and report the issue in order that the correct configuration can be activated on the DRD. It is important to keep the court record secure. When court is down and you are away from your workstation, lock the DRD as you would any computer workstation by keying Ctrl-Alt-Delete and choosing Lock Computer. When court is down and you are at your workstation but not using the Liberty Court Recorder application, minimize Liberty Court Recorder by clicking the Minimize button on the Control Recording window. When court resumes, restore the application by clicking on its icon on the desktop's bottom taskbar. At the end of the court day, it is important to close the application properly. To close the application, on the Control or Recording window, not the Bookmark window, click the Close or the X button. Closing the application in this manner automatically saves any open file, closes all open windows simultaneously, and ensures that Liberty Court Recorder will maintain the standard screen layout when relaunched. Liberty Court Recorder is configured to automatically log off the user when closing the application. Upon selecting the Control or Recording window Close button, the following confirmation window opens. Selecting OK will close Liberty Court Recorder, close all other open documents and applications, and log off the user and leave the DRD on. Select OK if you are finished with Liberty Court Recorder, Liberty Court Player, and any related documentation. Selecting Cancel will Close Liberty Court Recorder, leave all other documents and applications open, and leave the user logged on and the DRD running. Select Cancel if you are finished with Liberty Court Recorder, but wish to continue with Liberty Court Player or any other related documentation. Be sure to log off of the DRD when you are finished. If the Liberty Court Recorder application does not close in this manner, follow your local process for obtaining technical support and report the issue in order that the correct configuration can be activated on the DRD. For the desktop DRD, once you have logged off, the desktop DRD must be left on in locked mode in order that automated updates can be completed over the network. If the DRD mixer is located at the workstation with the desktop DRD, turn off the mixer. Turn off the external courtroom speaker or PA system as applicable. Follow your local process for delivering the CD and all supporting documents. For the laptop DRD, once you have logged off, shut down the laptop DRD, power off all other equipment, carefully pack up all the equipment, and follow the best practices contained in the Traveling with DRD Equipment document contained in the Supporting Documents folder with the DRD training materials. Upon returning to your home court site, follow your local process for securely storing the laptop DRD and delivering the CD and supporting documents. Please note, the DRD laptop SD card. The laptop DRD SD card that holds the mirrored recordings has limited storage space. It is important that the SD card be erased every couple of court days to allow room for future mirroring. Prior to erasing the SD card, ensure that the CDs for the matters on the card have been verified by both the court reporter and the staff member responsible for record management. The DRD laptop. Arrangements will need to be made to periodically log the laptop DRD to the network overnight in order that automated updates can be completed.